Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the view from the 14 News Studio tower camera. Mostly sunny and hot out there today, and that's going to be the trend for most of this week. One change tomorrow is that on Tuesday we are under an air quality alert. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. While it stays mostly sunny and hot throughout the week, by the end of the week we do see some changes. This weekend partly cloudy, a few degrees cooler, and some of that's because we may get a little bit of rain to help cool us off. Here's a look at satellite and radar. Again, mainly sunny. All those little white spots you see on the map are little clouds just kind of dotting that blue sky across the region. It's possible one of these clouds could produce a stray shower this afternoon, but I doubt it. We'll probably stay dry, and if a shower does happen to develop, it would clear back out as the sun sets this evening. Then we'll have mostly clear skies overhead through the night and into the start of Tuesday. As for our temperatures, we're sitting in the low to mid 90s across the tri-state right now. Reminder, it's mid-September, not mid-July, so this is quite a bit warmer than you would expect for this time of year. 91 right now in Evansville and Newburgh, Owensboro at 92. Check out Madisonville at 95, and I think we'll tack on a couple more degrees as the afternoon goes on. So Evansville sitting at 91, probably going to get up closer to 93, but places like Madisonville already at 95, you could hit 96 or 97 this afternoon. So unseasonably hot out there. We'll drop back out of the 90s and through the 80s this evening, then fall back through the 70s overnight, eventually bottoming out in the mid 60s under mostly clear and calm conditions. Then tomorrow, another hot and mostly sunny day with high temperatures topping out in the low to mid 90s again. One difference tomorrow is that air quality alert. Now, for most of us, this will not be a concern, but on Tuesday, our air quality is what's considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. So people with things like asthma, heart or lung disease, COPD, people who are especially sensitive to changes in the air quality, that's who this is going to impact. Those people should just really take it easy on Tuesday. Don't do any kind of heavy exertion, especially outdoors. And if you or someone, maybe your child or someone like that, falls into this sensitive category, just keep a close eye, watch for coughing or shortness of breath. Those people may be impacted by our air quality on Tuesday, but again, if you don't fall in that sensitive group, you should be just fine, and you probably won't even notice any change to the air quality. Moving forward through the next few days, the story is really the heat. High temperatures will be in the low to maybe even mid 90s today, tomorrow, and on through the end of the week. I think we'll even hit 90 on Friday, but then we cool things off just a bit, dropping back into the mid 80s over the weekend and into the start of next week, and that does come with a chance of rain. So mainly sunny all the way up through Thursday. Then as this low pressure system, I should say, very slowly kind of meanders to the east, it will bring us some clouds on Friday. So we start out Friday with some clouds pushing in throughout the day. I think we'll probably stay dry during the day on Friday, but the rain chances start to pick up overnight Friday night into Saturday morning. Notice this is very spotty, a very isolated chance of just a few showers and storms on and off throughout the day Saturday. And those rain chances linger across the region into Sunday and Monday as well. So this is not going to be widespread or organized rain of any kind. It's going to be very hit or miss, just kind of scattered on and off across the tri-state from Friday night through the weekend and into Monday. So some of you may get rain more than once this weekend. Some of you may not get any rain at all. We're not expecting severe weather of any kind at this time, but hopefully we get some good soaking rainfall that we could use right now, because we do have a lot of burn bans across the region. We are under a drought right now, and keep in mind, over the next few days it's still going to be hot, sunny and dry, so that drought will keep getting worse through the rest of this week. So we are already hurting for some rain. By this weekend, that will be even worse. So really hoping we get some good soaking rainfall out of this, but that is obviously not a guarantee. I'll pull this up so I can see the comments. All right, Caroline, the only person with a comment right now. You're welcome, Caroline. I'm not seeing any questions. I do want to give a quick sort of look ahead then from September 23rd. So that would be Tuesday, September 23rd, which would be the first full day of fall, by the way, because Monday is the equinox. So fall starts during the day Monday. Tuesday would be the first full day of fall, and then this goes up through September 29th. Notice a lot of orange and red on this map, still showing that the general trend is even beyond this weekend. We still have above average temperatures in the forecast, but near to maybe even slightly above average precipitation. So we do see this trend toward some rain chances. So hopefully we can start to break out of this drought. Something else we're keeping a close eye on is the tropics. There is one weather system out there currently has a 90% chance of developing into a named tropical cyclone. So it hasn't yet, but we'll keep a close eye on it. Last time we had one of these, it ended up fizzling out. So we'll wait and see. It has a 90% chance right now. That may turn into our next named storm system. Then we would take its track from there. But this is a time of year where we would typically have very active tropics. This is a time of year where you typically are sort of in the peak of hurricane season. So it is surprising that right now we don't have any named storms in the Atlantic, and we just have that one system that we're tracking as having even any potential. So this has turned out to be a quieter than normal hurricane season thus far, but it's obviously not over yet. Hurricane season runs all the way through November, so we've still got some time, but this is typically the peak. So we'll be watching and waiting on the tropics there. Here at home, sunny and hot through the next few days. Again, we've got that air quality alert for sensitive groups tomorrow. By the weekend, again, not a washout, not even a guarantee, but a few showers and storms certainly possible. Be grateful if you do get some rain because we could certainly use it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up your forecast, but don't go anywhere. Jamie French and Robinson Miles will be right back with your latest news headlines.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, there is a lot happening around the tri-state right now, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into our headlining stories. Now, right now, police in Henderson are investigating a shooting that left one person hurt. Now, this happened in the area of Burris and Pond Street Saturday night. Police say witnesses alerted them to a car which was speeding down Green Street.
Yeah, and officers tried stopping that car, but the driver kept traveling towards the hospital. Police say a man stepped out of the driver's seat at the ER with a gunshot wound to his neck. Officers helped him inside, and they tried to get some information about what exactly happened, but they say the man just kept saying that he had been shot and he needed help. At this point, no arrests have been made, but that is a story that just came into our newsroom just about a few hours ago. So something we're working on today, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Now, moving over to the other side of things, we are continuing to follow even more traffic alerts and work that's being done around the tri-state. And today we are looking at Evansville to a traffic alert you definitely need to know about. Starting today, southbound Burkhart Road will be shutting down for 5 days. This is just south of the Lloyd Expressway. INDOT crews say this is for underground utility work. They advise if you're heading to the Pavilion Shopping Center from the north, you're going to need to take an alternate route.
Yeah, no, they plan to have this back open by Saturday. One of our photographers was actually just out there checking in the area maybe about an hour ago, and he tells us that it was not closed just yet. That was around 1 o'clock or so, but it is expected to close. Officials have been reminding us about this, but the timing seems a little iffy. So if you are headed in that direction south, just make sure you're prepared because they could close that down at any point today.
And as with anything, we'll keep our thumb on this, bring you
Yes.
any updates as we learn more, as things keep progressing. Now, for our final story today, bit of a pivot. We're going to go to Mesker Park Zoo, where they have a new resident. Officials say they've welcomed their newest black howler monkey, Ricky. And they say Ricky was born on September 7th, and she is the third howler monkey born at Mesker Park.
Now, they say she is still tiny, and she spends most of her time with her mother, Callie. Officials say she can be tricky to spot because she blends in perfectly with her mother's fur. Now, Ricky and her mother, along with all of the other howler monkeys that are in the Amazonia rainforest area, if you want to visit them, she will be out soon. Just keep your eyes peeled for her. Of course, adorable new friend we have here at Mesker Park Zoo.
Oh, and I do want
So
to
cute.
visit them.
Look, she really does blend in that photo right there.
I
Hard
read the
to find.
copy before we came in, and I was kind of curious to see what that looked like. No, that is
Yeah.
absolutely it. She
Yes.
she fully just like blends right in.
Oh, that's fresh.
Do not underestimate my tenacity. I'm going to go to Mesker Park and stare
Find
at every
her.
monkey's fur in the hopes that a baby emerges.
Oh, so cute.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we are going to keep following all the different stories that we have going around in our area today. These and others, and have them all in more detail for you ahead. 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then, of course, later this evening at 10.
All right, that wraps things up. Thanks for watching. Have a great